Should expert witnesses market themselves?
You shouldn't be scared to market. I think a lot of doctors are scared to do that. There's a lot of different avenues to do it. You know, there's LinkedIn, the social media type, mostly LinkedIn, the social media.
So networking with attorneys, putting out thought leadership, publications, presentations. I recently did a couple of sessions of a crypto litigation webinar that we publicized on LinkedIn, and they were well attended. Attending conferences and trying to speak on specific panels at conferences relating to my areas of expertise.
Yeah, so I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, and I post several times a week, and I post a lot on just different aspects of medical literature and searching techniques and different stuff going on in that space. So that's a good place. I feel like, unfortunately, Michael Graham's a fairly common name, but so you got to add a little bit of something else, a medical librarian or Graham Med Legal, and then you'll find me. But yeah.
The things I did was I took out an ad on the Seek Expert Witness website, and I have a free listing with the Expert Institute out of New York. I think I have a listing with Juris Pro, and a few years ago I made a dedicated website for expert work. And other than that, just word of mouth.
I think LinkedIn's probably the best way because email addresses change and phone numbers change. But I'm regularly active on LinkedIn, so you can just look for the really good-looking bald guy on LinkedIn, and you'll see me sometimes on the treadmill giving advice out on the treadmill in the morning, or you'll see me, just talking about some of the stuff I see in the news from a money laundering perspective. But that's the easiest way. I love talking to people about this stuff. It's a fascinating world.
I see an opportunity to start to get more focused in this other new area, this emerging technology, and you're not answering to anyone per se, so your career development you have to fully take ownership of. Marketing you have to take fully control of, because there's no one else. So but it's also kind of energizing, so I love it. I'm so thankful I've done that.
Under her guidance, she gave me a case to work on, to practice on, and then kind of sent me off into the world with that and instructions to create a website and join a listserv, and said, there you go. You have the tools you need. You have the judgment and the clinical skills. I think you'll do just fine.
I began to be contacted by more and more people. I think primarily because I do a lot of webinars, I do a lot of discussions, I publish a lot of articles, and people were reaching out to me now multiple times, so I've become sort of proficient at it and sort of understand how the game is played, so to speak.
So the goal is to get that phone ringing, but that doesn't mean you have to do it by flashing lights and big advertising and promising the moon to attorneys. That's a big problem that people sometimes do. I'll win cases for you or whatever. You don't do it that way, but you have to do something. So I say practice development. That's what I do, primarily because people freak out if they hear the word market.
Because I had sort of a parallel career as a business writer. I had been writing and having published a lot of articles. And because I was speaking at conferences and seminars, this was long before Zoom, everything was done in person. Mm-hmm. I think because of my industry visibility, I started receiving unsolicited phone calls from law firms around the country